Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to explain the concept of software testing and the introduction of software testing. In previous class, we have already discussed about some of the terminology, and later we will also discuss the same terminology and in detail. Okay. So this time I'm going to explain you the concept of software testing. What is software testing? So the objective of main objective of this particular lecture is how software testing has evolved over the years. Myth and facts about software testing. Software testing is a separate discipline. Testing is a complete process. Goal of software testing. Testing is based on uh, negative or destructive view rather than optimistic. And model for testing process. Complete testing is not possible. Various schools of software testing. So these are the our fundamental thing. So I think you have idea about software testing. This is integral part of the software development life cycle, which you have seen in your software engineering portion. Okay, it identifies the defects, flaws, or the errors in the application. It is incremental and iterative in nature. And the goal of testing is to describe, actually it is mainly described by one author, Miller. Okay, he states that general aim of testing is to affirm the quality of software system by systematically exercising the software in carefully controlled circumstances. So there are varieties of actually objective of software testing. Okay, previously we have discussed the objective of this particular unit, but there are objectives. So let me elaborate one by one. Um, okay, let us try to write here only. Today my writing pad is not working. So let us. Okay. So let me explain first what are the objective of software testing. So very clear objective, like it ensures if the solution meet the business requirement, thereby enhancing the customer confidence. It catches the bug, errors, and defects already discussed in previous lecture. It ensures if the system is stable and ready for use. It identifies the areas of weakness in an application or product. It establishes the degree of quality. It determines user acceptability. Means what are the things? First and very important thing is bug, error, and defects already discussed. Okay. A little bit about this, and it ensures if the solution, our main target is to meet the solution with the business requirement. And how do we ensure this? By enhancing uh, customer confidence. Okay, means whatever software we have developed, like testing for location tracing or attendance monitoring, whatever. So it must be very clear to customer, and then customer is able to uh, get the confidence from us that yes, it is okay. And we need to uh, satisfy the customer by trial and error method also, that we will put the wrong input and it will not provide any output, or it will give the customer please enter the valid input, etc. Okay, then these are the objectives of major objective of software testing. So scope of testing can be comprehensive and could examine components like business requirement, design requirement, programmer's code, hardware configuration. Okay, one more important thing, whenever you are writing your own software, because you are nav user, okay, you are creating software for yourself. I'm talking about your minor project or some other industrial related project. So please do not write the requirement as Windows XP operating system and RAM is 32 MB like that. Okay, you must put in that requirement or in that thing software you use, whatever software you are using currently. Like in my system, whatever configuration is there, that configuration I need to put, because you have only one system. You have not flexibility to use so many system, and your friend is also having the same kind of system. Okay, maybe higher than your system or equivalent to your system. So please do not write that it is minimum requirement. Don't write minimum requirement. Okay, just write system we have used. Okay, and it is my duty. That's why I explained you about this, because people are writing that operating system as Windows XP and RAM as 256 MB and hard disk as 512 or 20 GB likewise. So these systems are rarely exist today. But in business requirement, you need to test, and this is also my duty to tell you how do you test in different platform. One code is written in Java and you want to test it in Unix and you want to test it in Linux. So there are different tools and interoperability between platform. Virtualization is one of the solutions. So hardware configuration and system administration standards and constraints. So main motto behind testing could also involve testing with respect to industry standard. Okay. Nowadays, which standard is very popular? Anyone tell me? Yes. If you are listening to me, please tell me.
We don't know.
Yes. Just tell me what is current industry standard which is very popular. It is related with IoT. Have you heard about Industry 4.0? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
Because so many places this type of advertisement is given that we will complete your project with respect to Industry 4.0. So this is the standard, and some other standards are also there and constraints. So it involves testing with respect to industry standard like 4.0, etc. So software testing brings many benefits to an organization. It is actually, it saves time and money, uh, because defect are identified early and we are the testers, sometimes beta testing programs are there. So our system is asking whether you want to join the beta testing program. Okay, so then if we are writing some,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sir, actually, two, three students have not been added in this particular channel. One is
okay,
Siddharth Prajapati and other is Malhar. So they are not able to join the class.
just write their email addresses in chat box.
Okay, sir. I'll do that.
So like we are the part of beta testing program and alpha testing, beta testing, and some other kinds. So many kinds of testings are there, and each and every buddy has written about means a lot of thing about testing. So let us check which category we belongs. Okay, why testing is very important. One interesting thing is there in 2003 during social security check for around 50,000 people. Okay, so they were mailed by US Treasury Department without any beneficiary name, and it was later found out that the missing names were due to the software program maintenance error. Fine. So this may happen with you also, and anybody can be means victim of this. So have you pasted their name in chat box?
Sir, I'm doing right now.
Yes. So please paste in this Teams chat box only. Okay. I'm not having phone this time, so I'm not able to see the phone also. Now come to evolution of not evaluation, evolution of software testing. This is here we have in the early days of software development, software testing was considered only as a debugging process. Okay. It was means because that time we have write so many programs. We are designing the calculators and payroll system. So only debugging was there. Debugging means only bugs we will remove the errors after the development of software. During 1970s, software engineering term was in common use, but software testing was just a beginning at that time. In 1978, G.J. Mayers realized the need to discuss the techniques. He is the main person, actually key person, and so many times he will be quoted. Discuss the techniques of software testing in separate subject. He wrote the book, The Art of Software Testing. Okay, so you can download it from network, which is a classic work in software testing. So this Mayers discussed the psychology of testing and emphasized the testing should be done with the mindset of finding the errors, not to demonstrate that error means errors are not present. Okay, so it is much better to find that we have errors and we need to accept that, and we will modify this definitely because a lot of lines of codes are there. And how do you debug all these lines correctly? So it is a refinement process, step by step process. So C means software testing. Basically, software was developed by small groups of people and they had to be maintained by a different set of people. Okay, I am designing software according to my mindset, and this is given to other persons, and the other person is using uh, their own mind for utilizing the program. It was at the time that people who were maintaining the software had um, means they are not having very great experience, as the software would throw up a lot of errors. Actually, there was one more term that is known as silver bullet. Bullet is always used to kill any person. Okay, whether it is silver bullet or copper bullet or aluminum bullet, whatever. The person who has seen the bullet, they know what is the use of bullet. And it was means during my NCC days, I has fired 20 rounds of bullets. Okay, so I know what is the use of bullet, and you people are seeing or watching a lot of web series, so there is very common thing. So silver bullet, software engineering is a silver bullet. There is one terminology in software engineering. So what we are doing in maintenance phase, we are maintaining a lot of things, and we involve in a very high degree, means a lot of funds we have put there, and ultimately the solution is zero and investment is very high. So this time, because we have invested a lot of money, but nothing will be the result. So this type of thing is known as silver bullet. Ultimately, people think about the dying. Okay, so that's why um, this type of term is coined for software engineering. So be careful. How do you use your software, and what kind of maintenance you can perform? So due to this, it was very difficult to handle large project, and thus tasks were not completed on time within the budget. As a result, projects were delayed and some of them were abandoned halfway. Okay. So software testing evolved over time. Advances in software development brought in new changes in the way testing was perceived, and this lead to systematic improvement in the testing. So that's why you can see the example of Windows 10 2004 update was released in April 20, and suppose this is 21. If April release will be available, then it is by name 2104. Okay. So up to year 1956, actually, some literatures quoted that up to year 1956, our software testing was debugging oriented. And from 1957 to 1978, demonstration oriented. During this time, the goal of testing was to make sure that the software satisfies its specification. The period of 70s also witnessed the acceptance of the idea of software could be tested exhaustively. Okay. And after that, after Mayer's, it was destruction oriented. What he has written that testing and means it discussed that psychology of testing and emphasize the testing should be done with the mindset of finding the errors. Okay, so this is destruction kind of thing. So what we can say, test cases that had the intent of finding errors were designed and verification and validation activities were initiated. Okay. So during 1983 to 1997, what happened that time? It was known as evaluation. This is evaluation, and evaluation means marking oriented. During this time, guidelines of life cycle validation. That time life cycle kind of positions were available for software engineers. Okay, they are life cycle development engineer kind of positions. And nowadays, so many things, bench leader, test leader, other positions are available. So verification and testing of computer software was created by National Bureau of Standard in 1983. This methodology enabled testing to be integrated with analysis, design, and implementation of software development lifecycle. So software professionals and organizations started talking about quality in software. Organizations started quality assurance teams for the project, which took care of all testing activities for the project right from the beginning. So this is one of the major step taken by software engineers. During 1990s, so just I'm recapping all these things. Up to 1956, just write it down. Today my pen is not working. Up to 1956, it was debugging oriented. Okay. And during 1956 to 1978, it is demonstration oriented, meaning that during means the goal of testing was to make sure that the software satisfies the specification. Okay, it satisfies the specification. We demonstrate that only. Fine. And after 79, okay, 78 is the year. Okay, 78 year is not related with any other thing. Yes, fine. And 1956 is formation of different states. So you can remember this. But 1978 is not a benchmark year. So you need to remember this. 1979 or 19 80s to 1992, it was destruction. Initially started with debugging oriented, then demonstration for software satisfies its specification, then destruction coming with Mayer. He says that just emphasize on finding the errors and checking the errors. Okay. And after that, 1983 to 1987, it is evaluation oriented, means marking will be there. And after 1988 to 2000, it is prevention oriented. During 1990s, it was prevention oriented. During this period, the goal of testing metamorphed into a mechanism to prevent errors, okay, rather than detecting errors. So Hazel in 1991 gave the definition of testing is that testing is planning, designing, building, maintaining, and executing test and test environment. There was greater emphasis of earlier test design and process consisting of three phases, that is test planning, test analysis, and test design. Planning, analysis, and design. Okay, it was a term associated with software engineering only, but because testing is part of software engineering, and testing specifically uh, involves three phases: test planning, test analysis, and test design. So those who have done some Coursera courses, they know there are test cases we need to find. So yes, this is the slide. Galperin and Hazel have characterized growth of software testing with time. Based on this, we can divide this evolution of software testing in these phases. First is debugging oriented. Up to 1957, check out getting the system to run. Demonstration oriented phase was from 1957 to 1978. Checkout of program increased uh, from program runs to program correctness. And then destruction oriented given by Mayer. He is a key person and he has coined software testing term. So separated debugging from testing. Testing, debugging and testing are two different things. Okay, he has separated this term. Testing is to show the absence of error, and effective testing is very important. So these are the concept related with destruction oriented phase. Then come to evaluation oriented phase, and it is associated with quality of the software. So kilo line of code, kilo line of errors, and different kind of quality metrics was introduced during this time only. Verification and validation techniques are there. Okay, like you have created a program for inserting a date and finding the age of a person, and you have taken three integer dd, mm, and yy, and suppose you have not applied any validation kind of thing, so you can enter 99, 13, 20, 21 also. Okay, 99 is not a date, it is not a valid date. Even you can enter 31st February 2021, this is also not a date. So that kind of verification and validation is required. Then from 1988 to 1995, prevention oriented testing was coming into existence, and this is related with bug prevention rather than the bug detection. And lastly, till now it is in a process oriented phase, process rather than a single phase. Okay, so these are the phases. The evaluation of software testing was also discussed by Hung and Rob in a white paper. They have created white paper, uh, research paper of sort of thing, in three phases, namely software testing 1.0, software testing 2.0, and software testing 3.0. So according to this classification, the current state of practice is in software testing 3.0. So previously we have seen debugging, demonstration, destruction, evaluation, prevention, and process oriented. But nowadays it is 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. So what is inside that software testing 1.0 phase? Fine. So in this particular phase, software testing was considered to be just a single phase to be performed after coding. Still nobody has put the email address of that person. Okay. So software testing was considered to be just a single phase to be performed after coding of the software in software development lifecycle. No test organization was there. A few testing tools were present, but their use was very limited due to high cost. Management was not concerned with the testing as there was no quality goal. That time only software development is our goal. Like a person wants billing software, we will tell we need to tell that person that please enter valid number only, because we have not used any validation and verification kind of thing. Only integer values are there, and you can insert any value depending on the size of integer. Okay. So that was the era of software testing 1.0. Then come to software testing 2.0. In this particular phase, software testing gained the importance of software development lifecycle, and concept of early testing was also started. Early testing is very important thing. We need to test before deliver the software. Okay, and this was in 2.0 era. Testing was evolving into direction of planning the test resources. Many testing tools were also available in this phase. So during this phase of software testing, the software engineers have developed or testers have developed so many testing tools like WinRunner, LoadRunner, automated testing, and so many. Manual testing was all obviously there. Then come to software testing 3.0. In this phase, software testing evolved in the form of process which is based on the strategic effort. It means that there should be a process which gives a roadmap of overall testing process. Moreover, it should be driven by the quality goals in mind so that controlling and monitoring activities can be performed by managers. Thus, management is actively involved in this phase. So nowadays, you can see that this scenario is very high and quality professionals are required. Okay, there is two type of thing. One is business process outsourcing and second is QT, quality tester, or this kind of thing is available nowadays for profile. And this testing is quite interesting and useful job, and on-site testing, offshore, varieties of profiles are available. So those who are very interested in finding the errors, or those who are very keen to find errors, they need to join this software testing industry. Okay, maybe as a test developer or maybe as a tester. So there are myths associated with software testing. Like testing is a single phase in SDLC performed after coding. Because it is written in SDLC, one phase of that is testing. Okay, so only single phase kind of thing, but testing involves three phases. What are those three phases? Test analysis, test design, and test implementation. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then testing is easy job. Okay, most of the persons are thinking like that, but I am I'm quite particular about this. Whenever you are able to find the errors, you are very good in finding error, then you can join the testing field. Software development is worth more than testing. Okay. Software development, yes, sometimes people are saying that software development is okay because entire logic is there, the mindful persons are there, they are using their brain, and testers are just finding the errors. Is it very easy to find the error? from a lot of line of code. We need to test for each. Yes, so n number of cases. It is not means n number of cases. If n number of inputs are there, there may be possibility of exponential possibilities are there. Exponential kind of inputs are there. So for this purpose, we cannot say that software development is worth more than testing and complete testing is possible. No, complete testing is not possible. Testing starts after program development. So testing is started before program development. Test design is there. Test analysis is there. The purpose of testing is to check the functionality of the software only. No, it is not like that. Fine. And anyone can be a tester. Sometimes people are thinking that if I'm not very good in programming, then better to go for testing because I can go for testing only. Tester is a Mazdoor kind of job. And so many myths are there, but it is not Mazdoor kind of job. Ultimately, tester is having a lot of burden. During deliverable, if we need to create deliverables, okay, during that time testers are means they are not able to go their home back and they are not able to enjoy the weekends also. They need to test so many times. Even they can sleep on their benches also, but they need to test and then generate the output, and then marking is there that this software is tested. So these are the goals of testing. First thing is immediate goal is bug discovery and bug prevention. Means whatever bugs are there, like date or Y2K is a very common bug. Okay, because we have a practice of writing date as like 19 August 72, 73 in previous years or previous century. This type of writing is very common. That's why they have developed software and they have used validation and verification also. Sorry, they never thought about what will happen during 2000. So that will really create a dilemma, and lot of COBOL developers required that time. Okay, so this is bug discovery and how to prevent from these bugs. Although bugs are there and it is unavoidable, then better to prevent from such unavoidable bugs. Okay, then come to software testing long-term goal. Reliability means the software must be very reliable, quality, customer satisfaction, and risk management. So this time one app is there, WhatsApp, commonly known as WhatsApp, and quality of software is very good, but the reliability is not very good. And risk management and all other phases, they have not analyzed the risk. They just understand and underestimated the people. Okay, and because Indian peoples are very, rural kind of person, they don't know anything. It was thought of the software engineer, and that's why they have implemented new policy, but they don't know, they have not even learned from the previous incident of TikTok. Okay, when one person tries to degrade the rating, our country is very big and we can degrade the rating of any software by a fraction of time. So keep in mind about all these long-term goals and then start testing. After deliverables are ready, deployment is ready. After deployment, post-implementation goals are there. So you can see that persons are offshore or on-site, some kind of assignments are there. Okay, so it reduces maintenance cost, improve the testing process. So this is all about software testing goals. Software testing directly produces, if we test the software for different things, like a bug is found in It is found in the WhatsApp also. And even in WhatsApp, the bug is that whenever we are using our WhatsApp in our system as a WhatsApp web, it will generate indexing and it will copy the user's information and send to some anonymous server. Okay, now you can see that your groups are available in internet, your phone numbers are available in internet. Okay, and this can be misused because all these things, nothing is private in digital era. And if a SIM card is there, another SIM card can be created by the uh, person of software industry, and they can use that SIM card and they can clone your SIM card and they can generate the OTP. They can use your account, hack your account, and ultimately, uh, it means ultimately what if account is hacked, then all the money will be there only. So top software testing, very important thing is there. It ensures the reliability. If reliability is ensured by the software testing, then ultimately quality will also improve. Quality leads to customer satisfaction. Okay. So this time, because we are struggling from such privacy threats, so we have shifted from WhatsApp to Signal. Still, we are in WhatsApp because the policy will be enforced in it will be means it is left for May up to May. Okay, so till that time the persons are trying to use that software, but it is not very reliable. Everything is there with them, and they have just imposed that we are not breaching any kind of customers privacy, but they can breach. So quality leads to customer satisfaction. All these three things we have already seen that software testing much in ultimate degree will provide reliability, and that reliability will directly produce quality, and after that quality, if quality is there, then it provides customer satisfaction. Ultimately we are struggling for quality. Okay, we are not struggling for standard. Standard may be positive, may be negative, but quality is always positive term. So whenever a lot of positivity is there, customer will also satisfy. Testing controlled by risk factors. So how do we check? There are varieties, variety of risk factors like cost, time, resources, and critical features of that software. So this software testing is controlled by these risk factors. Time is the ultimate factor. Okay, if we are not if we are not doing the software testing within given stipulated time, then there may be uh, possibility of losing that assignment. Okay, so that's why a lot of test engineers are required at different places of software industry. And all other things we have already discussed, that software testing, if we reduce the risk factors, then automatically it will increase the quality. So I think this is sufficient for today. Tomorrow we will discuss psychology for software testing. Okay. So any doubt till now you can ask. No doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Fine. So those who are interested in software testing field, just try to join some other courses from different organizations like Coursera or IBM or some other organization, and just get the certificate, because from July onwards your campus will started. Okay, campus means campus placement will started. So that time, if you have that kind of certificate, you can directly join. You can show that I am very much interested. Sometimes persons are asking in interview, Why you want to become the clerk? So people are answering that it was my dream from a beginning of my childhood. I saw my father is a great clerk and I saw so many clerks want to become clerk. Okay, this is if a person from a software industry asks you why do you want to become a software tester, you must have valid answer. And this valid answer is validated by your proofs of interest. Okay, if you are interested in software testing, then you have certain certification, and these certification directly you can show them that I am having these certificate, and because I am interested in software testing, that's why I had done this thing, and you can select me. Fine. So it is up to you. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a nice day. Have a nice time. Tomorrow our class will be at the 9:15. Okay, for tomorrow only. And from next week, all the classes are as per given your timetable. So thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice time. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.